And StreamYard says I am live. Hello, Coyote Heart here. And the Sylph. The Sylph is part of my elemental heritage. Elemental meaning fairy folk. I'm very honored and blessed, and now that I know even more, come to know more. I'm high fae, but a part of the high fae are called the Sylph. And those are winged fairies that live in mountains. And they're called wind singers. And I was a trained singer at one time, and even in bad voice, I can still carry a tune. But there's some other things that have come to my awareness. They make a lot of sense, though it would have been nice perhaps earlier in my life while all these bits were coming in for me to feel. I was distracted, between college and adventures and figuring myself out or just being with what I thought I should be doing. So it's been a great adventure. I can't believe I've come this far. I'll be working on some other things within me. So without they even transform my life more. So welcome to this channel, Coyote Heart Destiny and the Sylph. And my news every day is about bringing some positive thought to the table for you to ponder into the day. In history, I had done some book reviews and I do some crystals and I'll still be doing some of that intertwined as well as doing some teachings on vision board, energy, creation of how we move ahead next, because anything I give to you is things that I'm going through. Maybe something I learned and relearned into such a way as to bring it into being really quick and to hold the space of magic and magnetism and possibility and care and kindness and love, and to switch from reaction to responding. It is a great journey, even in the midst of chaos and despair and things that sometimes in our own personal experience we could cry and fall apart. And I still may do that. I don't know, but not this moment. And I don't think today. Just gonna hold the higher line. So I think I titled this appreciation and love. And I didn't pick an oracle card at the moment, which in the future probably makes a lot of sense to do that, although some people who do read cards just shuffle in front of you. I picked a card earlier, which was for myself, but I think it ties in for today and today's climate. It may help. And then I am going to pick a card, and I'm going to ask that for the collective. I've been thinking and sending, asking my codes to go into the oracle cards. And just so you know, and it is probably in the descriptions, I will have some Reiki symbols. And that may be part of an old and ancient paradigm or old paradigm, but they still, by saying them, burn in my hand. But I'm also getting downloads for light code, which is a whole new experience for me to really embrace that part of myself. But in the last, I've always seen things, but seeing things of a lot of things, psychically, hearing things. But now that's really part of my journey to, I don't like using the word healer, but someone who's sent to help transmute energy and help others with their energy through my art, through speaking, through singing, through whatever, if I toning, even if it's not about being a famous singer or anything like that. It's about helping humanity to their next level, individually and collectively, the planet and me, because I'm part of it too. And I want to have abundance and a special happy just for no reason. And I wish that for you, to vibrate, to feel that in every cell, just to feel the worthiness and the care and the fun and the possibility that you are. So I picked a card that I want to share, but I also want to pick an oracle card. Now, it doesn't mean we always have to pick a card. They're just a tool and a mirror. And I'm wondering, with as much power as anybody could have. If you can manipulate the outcome, I don't want to manipulate any outcome. I just want to have my sacred codes, healing light codes, mantra song, ascended master assistants, galactic assistants, angelics, the highest holy, my high fae, my galactic family lineage, and all that is good and great to go into what message will complement the message of appreciation and love today, and how it might benefit, something for us to ponder. You know, I'm going to be repetitive. We're just coming into a time that discernment and questioning from heart is so important, from the littlest ones that pop out into experience to the oldest ones on the planet in a human form or any form that we will come to know. I say 10 years, but it's really shorter than that. And certainly by 2035. Star Wars, but we are in it now. As soon as the cards start, then I'll turn that over and we'll have a dialogue about that. So, getting close. One card did come. I'm just going to see if there's anything else that overlaps it, complements it, needs to be said, needs to be heard, needs to be maybe two. Wow, 3. We'll wait for the third one. Wow. Okay. And so as I started to mention, I do see the cards, but I'm going to wait a second. I started to mention about how great we are, but these are words said. How do we feel them in our body? One thing that we can do to start is emotions, energy in motion, emotions. Since this, we have pores all over our body, everywhere, pores. We are nothing but energy in this flesh ball, held up by a bone, which is hard cartilage. We have so much control over bringing things into being. We don't practice it enough. And even for myself, there's times of practicing and slacking off. Times of practicing and slacking off. And anything great that happens, you go, oh, I worked that. Oh, how I'm so lucky. Or, oh, see, I got that. Not you. You're nothing. No. It happens by our magnetism, even things we don't wish by default. And some of all that in there is a divinely appointed arrangement. But that's not a hard and fast rule, except for birth and death, which is there is no death. It's just life after life. A whole nother talk. So let me go back to this card that I picked this morning from the Abraham Hicks, and it was appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Gratitude is not as high as appreciation or love. And hope is not as high as appreciation or gratitude. And I can even at some point show you a list of an emotional scale that was devised, I think, by Abraham Hicks, and a lot of people end up going by that. In fact, I think I have a book. Just one second. Let me see if it's in this book really quick. I do have Abraham Hicks books too, but there's a book that I have by Lola Jones. I don't know how many more books she has written. I know there were at least 2. She has had a practice of divine openings for quite some time. I'm not sure, and I kept this book because there is something to the art that she does, and I thought it was going to be going on one of her retreats. And the only thing I'm looking for is I thought she had she calls it your instrument panel. That is the nose of your plane headed up in altitude, or is the nose of your plane headed down in altitude. So let me just see if she has hope in here. But ecstasy, she says, is the highest, and then there's joy and bliss, direct knowing, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation. Those are all higher. Passion, eagerness, enthusiasm, it's still high, but not as high. Happiness, positive expectation, belief. Hopefulness is further down. And then there isn't gratitude itself. It is in there because gratitude as an attitude can be also optimism. And those are optimism and confidence. I can do it. Those are still high. Seeing possibility, curiosity, self-esteem, interest, courage. Those are all high, but there are some that get higher in vibration, such as love and appreciation, this ecstasy, bliss for no reason, the connection with source, your alignment, existence. Anyway, it's just an example. And this book is Things Are Going Great in My Absence, How to Let Go and Let the Divine Do the Heavy Lifting. This is one of our first books. In fact, I've had it twice. The first time I gave it away. This time I thought I'd dig it out because it's so much complimenting. And this is just a great picture of her. She looks very youthful. I think she's in her 70s by now, or maybe late 60s, but she's very interesting person. I've not met her. I thought I was going, I think I said I was going on a retreat, and then it didn't happen a while back. But she also deals in energy. And I'm sure at this time she's more into sacred codes. She has a school, so she offers a lot of these trainings all around the world. Anyway, let's get back to appreciation and love, our identical vibrations. Let me read you what the Abraham Hicks group says. I'm going to change your word and I'll tell you why. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Appreciation is the vibration of alignment with who you are. Appreciation is the absence of everything that feels bad and the presence of everything that feels good. When you focus upon what you want, now instead of want, I would say desire. When you focus upon what you desire, when you tell the story of how you desire your life to be, you will come closer and closer to the vicinity of appreciation. And when you reach it, it will pull you toward all the things that you consider to be good in a very powerful way. This is worth reading twice, and it's worth me taking a picture and posting it. Now, I would change the word want, because when we want something, we're usually longing for it. When we want something, it usually seems pretty much out of reach, and we're saving and striving for it, rather than if you desire. When we desire it heartfeltly, it's so connected to the heart that there's a stronger alignment with possibility than in wanting. Wanting means it's super far out there. Desiring means you brought it into the realm that it's really in the realm of possibility, if not sooner, much sooner than later. It's a vibrational thing. But we've been taught and trained a certain way to stay humble, which gets confusing with all the things of manifestation, thinking that you have to have some suffering and squabbling and striving and with great inner angst that would show how earnest you really want to have these great things or be these great things in your life. And that's not true at all. It's a belief perpetuated, which has a measure of lack in it, even if it seems like a little marble, so strong as to keep us back. It's an energy thing, since all we are is energy in human form. And when we die, if we're cremated, ashes to ashes, from lifetime after lifetime, spirit goes and is involved in the energy cycle of all that is. It's pretty amazing. So let's hold this for a second. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Let me just take a look at the first card. Words cannot express it. Remember, I started to talk about the feelings, the emotions, make it, energy, the emotion, energy in motion. Words cannot express it. This was the Black Madonna of Prague. This is the artist's rendition of a painting that exists in Czechoslovakia, I believe, Prague. They'll help me out, right, with the towns, with the countries. But this is a very famous rendition of a very famous painting, and this was so many renditions of Mother Mary. In fact, Mary Magdalene was extremely instrumental as a disciple of Yeshua, but she's and this actually could be Mary Magdalene. I have to look up back in my notes, but Mary Magdalene played a very big part in her assistance as one of the disciples. So this actually could be a rendition of her as well. But I'm not going to linger on that historical part at the moment because this is something that can be looked up, and I may refer to it later. But words cannot express it. It's also number 9, very high vibrational number. 9. Share your wisdom with the world. Share your talents with the world. Cosmic consciousness. The second card that was picked, your goal is within reach. Also 45, number 9, 2 9s in a row. This is really strong. So for all of us, cosmic consciousness, connecting, and share our visions and talents with the world. Angels, dove of hope, peace, a symbol of the Trinity. The grail at the woman's fingertips. So it's not that it's slightly out of reach, it's at her fingertips and she's pulling it down, and it's made of gold, high vibrational metal. Egyptians prized this. That's why there were raiders in ancient Egyptian tombs, or many tombs everywhere, because especially the Egyptians, because they buried their gold with them to bring to the afterlife, because it was also protective metal and worth very valuable. Wow, your goal is within reach. And the third card, that was a silent, but yet it was these cards were just perfectly strong. And this one was to lay across as the period at the end of the sentence. Extreme times require deep reflection. So as we're challenged right now with what our mainstream news says, as we might be challenged at work, or with friends, or even in same groups that have a common mission, but we don't speak the same way, requires deep reflection, because every light, every human, every light on the planet, every star on the planet, because you are from the stars, you have crystal in your body, you're part of Earth, Earth has crystal in it. So the extreme times require deep reflection. So we're going inward, if you will, when we go inward to clear out shadow, to clear out issues, to see where ego is controlling some part of your decision making, and knowing that, okay, I'm just going to say it, whether you are jab, no jab, me, whether you are mask, no mask, whether you are Christian, Muslim, whether you are atheist, whether you are starseed, whether you have no idea, we're all connected, and it's a deep time of reflection to put into motion, energy in motion. How words cannot express, but your energy can. Your goals within reach for what you want collectively and individually, which is important. To be mindful of your appreciation and love for self, which exponentially radiates out. When you are happy in all your desires, then you're feeling extremely comfortable with words and visions and thoughts and energy of creation, the possibility, the going for it by inspired action, then that transmutes into the world around you. Some will like it, feel good around you. Some won't like it because they're holding on to this old energy of form. And we are from the formless. We are part of all that is. We are the ancient magic. And this is a time of being reconnected with that to embrace. It wouldn't seem like that. Star Wars is above us. Star Wars is on top of this planet and underneath. We're not being told everything. That is why having conversation, to find where everything overlaps, so we can see how we can grow. Who's right, who's wrong? Let's not make it that way. Let's make it like, let's get wised up together. And I'm not here to help you really wake up, even though I've spoken that way. I'm here for you. As people remember feelings and where they're really from, those of us who know or know something more or want to know more, we're going to be here for you because we want to feel our feelings. And I was reminded of that, and actually I invite myself to say it that way, from someone who is very aware and is doing service on the planet for others. So today, above all else, fall deeper in love with yourself. Embrace your feelings, whatever they are. Honor your happiness, your sadness, your accomplishments. Honor them. And when you have to let go of something, put a love and kindness back to you in that space so it's filled up with that bright light. My little coyote heart just loves you. Let me know how I can be of helpful to you. For those of you who are naughty and leave stupid whatever, I just block you, so I'll just keep blocking you. And for the rest, you are loved beyond measure. My little coyote heart loves you, and you are powered by the stars.